Bryan Danielson should be the next AEW champion. Now he's in that tournament. For who will be the new, not interim, but new AEW champion, because CM Punk vacated because he was injured for a long time and the other stuff. Now, it's going to be Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. Now, I'm pretty sure Jon Moxley is going to destroy Sammy Guevara. And then I'm assuming the finals is going to be Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. That is a great match for Grand Slam, great quality match, great fucking amazing match. We've seen it before, but it was only once, and it was a draw, so, or whatever, but right. So, oh no, I think Moxley might have won quickly. I'm not fucking sure, honestly. Yeah, I think Moxley won. So, the three people, and these guys are leaders, but the three people that AEW is going to rely more on, with a bunch of people out like CM Punk and Kenny Omega, Moxley, Chris Jericho, and Bryan Danielson. Now, I commend Chris Jericho for, and I don't hate him. I don't mind him as much as other people do. Like, they hate him. They don't like. I've been enjoying his work recently. He's been good, entertaining. But I don't want to see him as champion again, to be honest. And I think it's time for a new champion, like someone actually new, like we haven't seen as AEW champion before. We've seen Chris Jericho before. And he stepped up big time. This past week as a leader. But I don't want to see it. And, Bryan Danielson, I want to see Bryan Danielson get past Chris Jericho. I don't want to see Chris Jericho win again. Bryan Danielson needs this win. And I think, funny enough, this tournament, people were saying, this would mean Bryan Danielson gets his wins back. So Hangman Page beat Bryan Danielson before. Chris Jericho beat Bryan Danielson recently. Jon Moxley has beaten Bryan Danielson. So if he wins all three and becomes champion, he would get his wins back, and this would be like his revenge tourney. But Bryan Danielson at one point, I thought that he was one of the hottest wrestlers, like recently, like even before, like I thought he would be wrestler of the year, but he got injured and was out for a couple months or whatever, a lot of weeks, and then Moxley stepped into that role, and he is the clear wrestler of the year 2022. Sorry, Bryan Danielson, but Jon Moxley's hot. But Jon Moxley just had his time. Let Jon Moxley go on vacation, get a break, and let's get Bryan Danielson. Let's get someone new that we haven't seen as champion. I get it, the young bucks, the young talent, but Bryan Danielson is in this tournament, and he's a guy you can always rely on. He's a great guy, and I hope if he wins it, he will be like for a little while, and then MJF can have it. But I want to see Bryan Danielson with the AEW title. And it was always going to be like Punk was always going to be champion, and he was. And I want to see him hold it for a little while. And we always knew Bryan Danielson would hold on to it eventually. And I want to see him holding on for a while if he wins. Or anyone hold it for a little while, because, we've been playing hot potatoes with the title. Punk won it, but then he had to, interim title. So then we had Moxley. Moxley was interim champion for a couple of months. And then Moxley destroyed CM Punk, and then he became champion. But he was the real champion. But then he was real champion for like 2 weeks, and CM Punk got it, and now it's got to be vacated and shit like that. So whatever. Or maybe MJF will hold it for a while. But Bryan Danielson is the guy. And it was funny, like, even before this announcement, I was like, one day I want to see Bryan Danielson as champion. Then they announced him in the tournament. I think this is the perfect opportunity. Then I made a tweet, Bryan Danielson, greater than, or, the sign, winning at All Out. I mean, we're winning at Grand Slam. Like, that would be great. In front of, like, over 10,000 people, whatever the fuck. Like, this would be great. It gives you, Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson gives you a big match at that show. Maybe add a couple more, but I mean, this is just Bryan Danielson is like one of the most beloved wrestlers. Like people, a lot of people love him, and I think, the people want to see it. People want to see it badly. Like, I want to see this. Bryan Danielson is great. His run in AEW has been great. He's been fucking fire, bro. He's been killing it. His matches on TV are fucking fantastic. He just put a classic, another banger with Hangman Page. The one with Chris Jericho coming out could be good. We'll see. He had a great match with Jake Hager, bro. Bryan Danielson is that guy. And especially if they're going to make him, Jericho, Moxley, these key figures, then it makes sense for Bryan Danielson to be champion. No offense to Chris Jericho, but I don't want to see that, bro. I don't want to see that. And Moxley's my guy. I've been dick riding him a lot recently. But, just give him his time off. He deserves it. He deserves another title run. But nah. But, yeah, I think this would be great. Bryan Danielson is my guy, so he should be the next AEW champion. If you guys enjoy what's on this video, please leave a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, turn the notification bell on, let me know your thoughts, guys, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.